Astra Abyssa.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
But he... Ugh. Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha?
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amano miHoYo should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy.
Deuce. He's just standing around.
Like, about these
Ready? I'm gonna get you!
Uh-oh. Are they fighting? Should we try and break them up?
They're fine. Just doing their daily combat training.
Combat training? A little young for that, aren't they?
Not to us. We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were the most elite troops in the nation, responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan. And even though times have changed, we've kept our martial spirit alive.
Hey, is that Chaska?
Jessica, you're back!
Oh, can you come train with us?
Now's not a good time, I'm afraid. I'm showing the Traveler and Paimon around. Maybe next time.
The Traveler and Paimon? Wait, you mean that legendary warrior and legendary flying expert?
Legendary? Yep, that's us, alright.
Awesome. It's so cool that you can fly without having to ride a cuckoo-soar. Even Chaska could only do that for short distances. Mr. Traveler, can you teach me some cool sword tricks?
Oh, Mr. Traveler! My family shop makes the best volcano cake! You gotta try it!
Let's behave ourselves, everyone. These people are here as our guests. They're going to meet Elder Alpa in a few minutes anyway. Kotini, instead of being jealous of other people's talents, why not work on developing your own? Kapak, there's no point in trying any cool sword tricks until you've mastered the basics. Have you done all your sword drills today? And Yatlan, easy does it, okay? Not every conversation has to turn into you plugging the family business.
Okay.
Sorry about those kids. They just got overexcited when they heard your name. Hope it didn't bother you too much. This is a volcano cake that Yatlan forced into my hands. She said to think of it as an apology gift.
Whoa, it smells amazing! Traveler, you want some?
That's good. Yatlan will be thrilled.
By the way, Chaska, those kids really adore you. You're way better with them than Paimon expected. Paimon figured you'd be more... aloof, maybe?
Aloof, huh? Well, to be fair, there was a period when I was like that. Around the time when I first joined the tribe. But it's a terrible attitude to have as a peacemaker. It tends to turn situations that could have had a peaceful resolution into a stalemate that can only be resolved by force. Yep, exactly. As long as other options are available, I try to avoid that at all costs. Someone once told me that peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. But peace achieved through genuine dialogue actually benefits both sides, even if sometimes the parties are only willing to negotiate because they're both armed to the teeth.
That's true. Hey, Chaska!
Uncle Cusco knows you're back, and he's coming to get you.
Oh, thanks. Traveler, Paimon, got a dash. I'll meet you at the totem pole up ahead. You can't miss it. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Wait, are you running away?
First rule of conflict resolution? Grab the fan and run before the you-know-what hits.
Trust Chaska to make even running away sound cool.
Sorry about this. Just stall him for me, okay? I'll explain everything later.
And as for your sister... Whew, so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
A golden-haired outlander and a white flying object. You must be the traveler in Paimon. I heard Chaska was with you, but I suppose she's run away again, has she?
Sorry, who are you?
Who am I? Only her father. She's supposed to go for a checkup every 3 months to see how her abyss condition is doing. We both agreed on it. But she's already missed 3 checkups this year. That's 3 out of 4. Yes. She got exposed to abyssal energy as a young child. Then her birth parents abandoned her. It's lucky those wild cuckoosaurs found her when they did, or she wouldn't have made it. They took her under their wing and raised her as one of their own. Eventually, some riders out on patrol spotted her and brought her back to the tribe. But she was practically feral at that point. The moment you took your eyes off her, she'd be getting herself into a fight, or she'd run away to be with the Saurians. She seemed to prefer them to her own kind. She might as well have been a Saurian in human form.
That must be the aloof period she mentioned, right?
We later discovered that her exposure to the abyss had planted seeds of conflict in her heart. So, we started trying to bring it under control. But ultimately, she's the only one who can control it. Anyway, she's much more human these days.
Yeah, don't worry about her. She seems pretty stable to Paimon. she's probably only avoiding the checkups because she thinks it'll stop you guys from worrying about her.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. She knows she needs to be careful. If her condition ever took a turn for the worse, she wouldn't be brushing it aside like this. It's just, every checkup she's been to, they find new cuts and bruises. Nothing to do with the Abyss, of course. Oh no, that's all fine. The problem with her is, she's her own worst enemy. She's been living dangerously again, I'm sure of it. That's why she's avoiding the checkups. She wants to hide it from us.
Yeah, Paimon can see her doing that.
Oh. In the past, she always had Koichi to keep an eye on her. Now Koichi's gone, and I don't want to lose another daughter. Chaska's been increasingly reckless since Koichi passed. It's like she's trying to make up for it somehow. Next time you see her, please tell her to be careful for me. Even if she doesn't want to hear it. If she doesn't want to do these checkups anymore, that's fine. I just want her to stop putting herself in harm's way.
Whoa, where did the time go? We should be back up with Chaska before it gets any later. To get to the totem pole, we need to head north, right? Hey, Chaska! Hey, Alpha!
It's all right. I bet my dad talked your heads off, huh? What did he say? I was sometimes a little impulsive back then.
That's putting it mildly.
The memories. It feels like it was only yesterday when we brought you back and had Cusco and his family take you in. Back then, no one imagined this feral child would grow up to be the strongest warrior of the Flower Feather clan.
Huh? You were the one that brought Chaska back to the tribe?
That's right. Elder Alpa was already a veteran rider by then. She spotted me while patrolling from the skies and tracked down my Kukasaur mom. Mom agreed it was time I tried to re-enter human society. But I didn't know the first thing about being civilized. I clashed with everyone who had to deal with me.
And look at you now. Renowned throughout the land as a peacemaker. How time flies. When the day comes that I can't fly anymore, it will be up to you to look after our tribe and our flying squad.
You know me, though. I'm not a natural commander. I'm better off as a lone wolf on the front line. So stick it out at least a few more years, okay? Give Koyer and the others time to come into their own.
Oh, stop.
Wait, so isn't the leader just the strongest warrior in the tribe? At least Paimon figured that's how your tribe would work.
Strength is certainly a core tenet in the Flower Feather clan. But strength means far more than martial prowess alone.
If it all came down to individual strength, I'd struggle to call myself a warrior, let alone a member of the flying squad. Any fighter in the tribe could take me down. Well, sorry to disappoint you. It was something I aspired to at one point. So much so that I went adventuring in the Cinder City, Ochkanatlan, to try and prove myself. But it was foolish of me. I wasn't ready. I came back empty-handed and seriously injured. The fact that I survived was something, I suppose. But after that, I never seriously considered myself a strong fighter.
And yet, you still managed to become the leader of the flying squad, thanks to your experience and determination. All while battling those old injuries. Don't you think that's a display of strength in its own right?
Let's shelve this discussion for now. Traveler, Paimon, there are some simple refreshments on the table. Please help yourselves.
Yes! Paimon was waiting for that part! They were for the snack stomach. The refreshment stomach still has plenty of space. Paimon is so full.
Well, if you're enjoying our hospitality, feel free to stay with us as long as you like.
Elder Alpa? Something's come up.
Hmm?
What happened? Is it serious? Shall I deal with it?
It's... Some merchants showed up, not from our tribe. They said they're here to discuss some potential collaboration with us. Why now? This is terrible timing. There are a few wingless that we haven't managed to reach yet, and we still haven't inspected the retrial arena.
Let me handle the other errands while you meet with the merchants. You shouldn't be trying to do everything at your age.
You should help too. Seems only fair after all that food we ate.
Huh. Well, much obliged. Cheska, the remaining wingless are all people you know. Let's see. Pishika now manages the floating target balloons. Waska's probably still addicted to eyes on the feathered prize, and Junon spends her days up on the flying platform, staring at the Cinder City. I'll leave you to tell them the news.
Why do you never take off that mask anyway? You got a huge scar or something? Why do you never take off that mask anyway?
Those memories.
You got a huge scar
So
or
dark.
something?
Take off my mask and see for yourself.
Why do you never take off that mask anyway? You got a huge scar or
If
something?
you're so tough, why don't you take off my mask and see for yourself?
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatara Suna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Ah, I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara Suna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara Suna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatara Suna for a while before disappearing without a trace, and shortly afterwards, As Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatara Suna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well. Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
Some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle.
He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us.
เห็นเรา
Puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets.
ฮัลโหลครับ
Being stuck here in
เฮ้ย
Sumerian
โอ้
could make
เสียง
him
เหมือน
a
คนที่จะ
civil
ต้องไปสอบวันอาทิตย์นี้เลย
Fatui plans to respond.
Wait a second.
นี่ขนาดไม่รู้นะเนี่ย
เก่ง
ฟัง
ใจ
จากเสียง
หนังสือ
รู้เลย
ที่อยู่ตรงหน้าด้วย
They take no
เฮ้ย
pleasure in saying
มันวางไว้อยู่ใช่ไหม
It seems as if the doctor had no
ไม่
intention
ได้
of
วางไว้เฉ
making
ย
him
นะครับ
back
อ่าน
a
อยู่
loser, so
มันวางไว้อยู่ใช่ไหมมันมีที่ขั้นหนังสือเสียบไว้อยู่ไหม
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using
นี่
you.
นี่ที่
Most
ขั้นหนังสือ
human
หน้าตาคุณไม้
relationships
ให้ดู
are this way. Certainly all.
มันถูกวางไว้อยู่หรือเปล่าหรือมันถูกหยิบขึ้นมาแล้ว
That's how it was between me and the
ดู
Fatui,
ให้เต็มตาฮะดูให้เต็
and
มตา
also between each of the
ดูที่
ตรงมาได้ไหน
harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer,
ไอ้เหี้ยเปิดมาเจอนม
nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
as we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously. Nahida, don't listen to him.
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
โซโล่เลเวลลิ่งด้วย
I
อ๋อ
have
มัน
no
ถูกกลาง
reason
ไว้
to
อยู่
make this
อยู่
decision.
บนโต๊ะ
In
อ่าน
fact,
ออกเสียงดิเอาให้จบทั้งสามบท
for your benefit.
อ่านในใจดีกว่าขี้เกียจเหนื่อย
เฮ้ย
เห็นความงานหนังสือ
Yes. As I
Con
told
cái
you
là
once
cho
before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
เอาเลยไหมคุยเลยไหม
You may
ได้ครับ
remember me mentioning that the Fatui had
ไปหา
not
ข้อมูลก่อน
included
เรา
your
อะ
twin's details in the Descender category.
มีข้อมูลอะไรน่าหาบ้าง
This is
จ
an
งบอกมาสิ
extremely important point.
อันดับแรกอะไป
It's
เปิด
possible
ลิงก์แล้ว
that
เอา
the
ตารางมา
Fatui
ดู
have
ก่อน
other
ว่า
information that
รายละเอียด
even
เป็น
I
ยังไง
don't know
เนาะแล้ว
about.
เดี๋ยวพี่แชร์จอ
And
ให้ดู
since the Balladeer
อยู่ใน
used
รักกายใช่หรือไม่
he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era.
ผมไปดูอัปเดตแพทใหม่
He
มา
no longer has the gnosis.
เป็นไง
บอกเลยว่าเนื้อเรื่องค่อนข้างจะ
He can still connect.
ฉีก ประมาณว่าแบบ
Information in
ไม่ใช่เนื้อเรื่องหลักตรงๆ แต่ว่าแบบ
Irminsul is beyond description.
สลับฉากนะ
Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look
เล่าเว
for
ไหน
would
อ
take
ดีต
too
ปัจจุบันอ
long,
นาคตเล่ากลับไป
even
กลับ
for
มาอยู่
me. So I asked the Balladeer
ไม่
to
มันเป็นบท
search
สลับฉากไง
Irminsul
มัน
for
เป็นบท
new
ของมันเป็นบท
information
ของ
about
ไอ้
Descenders.
เกนชินอยู่แล้ว
familiar with this kind of information and should
ตอบ
be
ไม่ได้เลยว่าเป็นอดีตหรือปัจจุบันหรืออนาคตผมมันสลับฉาก
Exactly. Or
โอ้ยหลายครั้งคือเครื่องนี้เนี่ยนะเป็นไปได้ไง
he's treated us as enemies
เอาไม่
every
ได้แช
time
ร์
we
อะ
run into him.
I
เห็นได้ยัง
understand.
ไง
But sometimes everything
ผม
is
ก็เห็นพี่ไม่ได้
dictated
แชร์
by
อยู่
which
แล้ว
side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back.
เมื่อวานผมก็เพิ่งถึงอันนี้แหละ
And Traveler,
เมื่อวานเล่นอันนี้ใช่ไหม
heart desires
ใช่
to us
ที่คุย
together.
กับไอ้เบาบันเดีย
Our minds have connected
Uh-uh.
several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing, a feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my
เนี่ย
pleasure.
ผมสามารถเล่นแล้วแม่งหลับได้ไอ้ที่ผมแม่งคุยกันทั้งวัน
Hero.
คุยกันยาวอ
You've
ยู่
more than earned it.
แม่งคุยกันทั้งวัน
บอลเขาไปดูตารางก่อน
About this
เปิดลิงก์
idea.
ดูก่อนหาลิงก์เจอ
แป๊บ
ไหม
นึง
You to help?
แป๊บนึงไลน์ผมยังอัปเดตอยู่เลยแป๊บนึง
Talk to you about that.
โอ้
ไล
ย
น์อัปเดต
You suddenly showed up on your own
ไอ้
accord.
นี้ไม่เข้านานจัด
See, seems like
ไม่เป็นไรในคอม
no
อ่ะ
connection.
เข้าใจเข้าใจ
In fact,
ดึงประวัติ
I
แช
was
ทอยู่
going to ask
ไม่
you to
เข้านานจัด
supervise
ไง
the balladeer on my behalf while he carries out
ไม่
the
มัน
task
อัปเดตเว้ย
of
แบบ
assisting.
อัปเดตเลยอ่ะ
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left,
อัปเดตแอปอะเหรอ
that's still a fraction of a former harbinger.
เดือดจัด
If you could accompany him,
ก็คือไม่เข้านาน
it
จัด
would
เลย
put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
นี่ไง
แต่งานโอเคใช่ไหมวันนี้
ยังไม่ได้โอเคขนาดนั้น เพราะว่า ยังไม่ชัวร์ว่าจะแต่จริงๆก็ชัวร์แหละ แต่เดี๋ยวว่ารีบทำให้เขาไปก่อน เพราะว่าวันนี้ยังไม่ได้เริ่มอะไรเลย เพราะว่ามัวแต่หาข้อมูล แล้วก็แก้บั๊กเก่า
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
ๆใช่ผมได้สิ่งนี้แหละเมื่อวาน
คุยกันนานแค่ไหนเนี่ยเมื่อวานนานแหละเห็นอยู่
สักพักใหญ่
You didn't have to cut your catch up short just to keep
เห็นไม่ยอมกด F อยู่พักนึงเลยอะเล่นโทรศัพท์ชัวร์
ไอจังหวะที่ไม่กด F เป็นจังหวะคือหลับไปแล้ว
ใช่เหรอ
ใช่
นึกว่าเล่นโทรศัพท์อยู่
Prisoner gets to be so smart.
หลับเลยเหรอ
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment
ค
from
อ
the
หักง่าย
guards,
เกิน
but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite
นี่ลิ
clear about
โอ้โห
something.
ลิงก์ไม่มาเดี๋ยวพี่
In a few moments,
พายลิง
you'll
ก์
be
ไปบ้าง
entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
ส่งไปอีกรอบแล้ว
Let's cut each other a little slack,
อย่า
shall
ดู
we?
สิ พี่เอาเกาสงออกยังนะ ยังใช่ไหมไม่ได้เกาสงผู้ผิดไอ้
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord
ชื่อเฮียอะไรวะอะไรนะ
I'll be at the front.
ยังเลยก็เดี๋ยวเรา
It's
มา
my
ทำพร้อม
job
กัน
to lead
โอ้
the
โห
way
ยังไม่มีเว
and
ลาเล
get
ย
rid of any obstacles in our path.
ผม
All
ล
you
งไปดู
have
วัน
to
สุดท้ายก่อนเลย
do is keep your pretty
เมื่อวานก็
eyes
นั่งซึม
open
เศร้าอยู่
and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections,
เวียน
I
หัวที่ผ่าน
suggest
เมื่อ
we
วาน
get going. Or did
นะ
you
กิน
need
มาอิ่ม
some
ไหม
time to mentally prepare yourselves?
กินอิ่มจัด
จริง
เจอน้ำตาลทะลวงเข้าไป
It's unbearable.
วันนี้ก็ยังกินน้ำหวานอยู่
We can start now.
กินแต่น้ำหวาน
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
โอ้ยเดินตามอีกเอาให้สุดพี่เอาให้สุด
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul.
บอลลองดูเรื่องแบบผีสากลเขาจะห้องว่าง
ไม่หรอไม่เอากีสากลน่ะหรออืม
It looks the same in every direction.
เวียนนาครับเขาใช้เวียนนา
ต้องแบบเวียนนา3 ปีเท่านั้น
ใช่
แล้วออส
He mentioned about getting lost.
ออสมันถ้าออสเตรเลียมันอะไรก็ได้ปะ
ออสเตรเลียใช้เจนีวาเห็นไหมมีชิบหายแล้วทำ2 อย่างตัวเนี้ยอ้วก
ไม่แต่ว่าแต่ในแอปเป่าตังค์มันขึ้นว่า2 ที่ได้เลยไม่ใช่เหรอ
So why don't you relax your guard a little?
หมายถึงทำมันทำมันคนละฉบับคำว่า2 อย่างคือมอไซค์กับรถจะทำด้วยกันได้ แต่ถ้าประเภทคนละประเภทเข้าใจว่าต้องทำแยกกันนะบอล
ไม่แต่มันอินคลูดประเทศออสเตรเลียเหมือนกันนี่ตอนนี้ผมดูอ่ะลองเปิดดูแป๊บเป่าตังค์ใช่ไหม
ใช่ดูด้วย
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it.
ถ้าของมันต้องใช้แน่ๆก็ทำแต่ว่า
Ready when you are.
ถ้า3 ปีก็ไม่ต้องคิดเยอะก็ทำไว้ตอนนี้ได้เลยแต่ถ้าปีนึงต้องคิดนิดนึง เพราะวันเริ่มมีผลอยู่ เสียดายเวลามันทิ้งไปต้องเป็นเดือนหลายเดือนแล้วก็อะไร
Actually
เงี้ย
doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
ไปดูซิ
มันอยู่ในบริการหมดไหนวะหาไม่เจอ
นั่นน่ะสิ
เราไม่มีให้เสิร์ชด้วยนะตลกจริง
ครับนี่ไงเอ้ย
อยู่ในหมดไหนเจอไหม
อยู่บริการนะตรงนั้นที่กด
บริการแล้วตรงไหนต่อของบริการ
เลื่อนลงมาด้านล่างเลยจ้ะ
ทำใบขับขี่สากลโอเคเจอแล้วขับรถโอ้โหเก้ภาษาอังกฤษ KLUB ขับรถ
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share.
นี่ไงเห็นปะตะกี้มันบอกอะไรเวียนนาใช่ปะแต่เวียนนามันแยกประเภทถ้าพี่กดดูรายชื่อประเทศมันจะมีออสเตรเลียอยู่เว้ย
เวียนนา
โอ้ออสเตรียเหรอไม่ใช่ออสเตรเลียเหรอออสเตรีย
ออสเตรียหรือออสเตรเลียเอาให้ชัดนะน้อง
ก็เช็คแป๊บนึงดูรายชื่อประเทศ
Yes, I've also invited
ออสเตรียเห็นไหม
อ๋อออสเตรียได้2 ที่ไอ้เหี้ยกูก็เห็นออสเตรียเป็นออสเตรเลีย
ออสเตรเลียต้องทำเห็นไหมชิบหายบอลเอ้ยเป็นพันนะรอบเนี้ยแต่ว่าโอ้โหเขาต้องทำทั้งคู่อ่ะพันเลยเหรอวะเนี่ยแล้วมึงนะเจนีวามันไต้หวันได้ด้วยป่ะเหมือนจะไม่ได้นะไม่เห็นนะ
ไม่ดิไต้หวันผมเสิร์ชเวียดนานี่เวียดนา3 ปีเท่านั้น
Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
ต้องอายุสัญญาเวียดนาถ้าจะขับไต้หวันแต่ถ้าจะไปออสเตรเลียก็คือเจนีวาเท่านั้น
As I've told you before,
จริงจัง
ไอ้เหี้ยทำทีกี่ใบวะเนี่ย
things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day.
รอก็1,010 บาท 1,010 บาทคนละอันกันครับเศร้าเลย
ยังทำใจไม่ได้อยู่จริงบอล
ว้าว
So,
ว้าว
you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I
นั่ง
know
คุยกัน
about
ลับ
all
อะ
of
ไอ้
that.
สองคนเนี่ย
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is
ในกลุ่ม
still
บอกแล้วแต่บริษัท
unexplained.
เช่ารถอีกนะ
And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their
แล้วแต่บริษัทเช่ารถด้วยหมายความว่าอะไรวะ
At least that's what they thought.
คือบางอันก็ยอมรับให้เจนีวาให้เช่าได้ด้วยอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
ไอ้บ้าตลกเกิน
จริง
Interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gase got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
นี่เจนีวาแบบ1 ปี เอาไปดูซะทำเจนีวาอย่างเดียวก็ไม่ได้ก็มีปัญหานะพี่ว่าได้นะ
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up though. You and your twin come from outside this
เจนีวาอย่างเดียวได้เลยเหรอ
surprise me if there was nothing on
ใช่ไหมพี่พูดเจนีวาอย่างเดียวใช่ไหม
ใช่เจนีวามันครอบคลุมเยอะกว่าด้วย ปีเดียวไง
It's not like
เจนีวา
เดี๋ยวออสเตรเลียมันใช้เจนีวาใช่ไหม
you're world famous.
เดี๋ยวก่อน
It'd be more surprising if I
ออส
didn't
เตร
know.
ใช่
เลีย
ใช่
ใช้เจ
ออสเตรเลียเจ
นี
นี
วาว
าใช่ครับ
ทำเจนีวาอย่างเดียว จบเลย เดี๋ยวพี่ดูก่อนไอ้ที่ไต้หวันนี่เขานับเป็นประเทศไหม
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
พี่ส่งโพสต์ให้น้องบอลลองไปดูดิ
โพสต์ไหนๆ Facebook เหรอ
ใช่
It
ครับ
looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
ฮ่องกงก็ใช้เจนีวา
Just wait.
คิดว่าไต้หวันก็คงเหมือนกันถ้าดูจาก
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
อันนี้ก็ทักไปถามมาเนี่ยเดนิเอลชัน
Well,
ชาลีลิส
since you insist.
.com ไต้หวันไอธีรวิทย์ thank you for your email could you please advise us เหี้ยอะไรวะเนี่ย Container diving permit is Vienna traffic allowed
เนื่องจากใบขับขี่สากลฝั่งไทยยังไม่มีเลือกไต้หวันเจ้าที่แนะนำให้ระบุประเทศอื่นไปก่อนเช่น
I
เวีย
have
ดนาม
been in
ฟิลิปปินส์
Tatarasuna for some time
งั้นเรา
now.
ก็ระบุออสเตร
You have
เลีย
shown
ได้
me
จริงๆ
great
แล้วอะ
hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed
มันให้ระบุประเทศ
everyone
ด้วยเหรอวะ
else. Under
ไต้หวัน
your
แฮป
leadership,
ตายเนี่ย
Tatarasuna is a warm,
reciprocal
welcoming place.
agreement with
With a
Thai
desire
government
for
on the
People are gaining
Geneva
their lives
Convention
have
on
purpose.
Road
They
Traffic
are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden
ไม่ใช่เจนีวาได้นี่
has in recent years eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, It was originally established
Yeah,
as a
and-
means
and
of
yeah, sure,
safely
Bon.
disposing crystal marrow.
คนนี้ดีมาก
The forging industry with crystal
ทำ
marrow
เจ้า
as
เดียว
a
เลย
raw
ไม่งั้นเสียตังค์
material
คู่ไม่ใช่
has
เรื่อง
since flourished,
แล้วเรามีแผนจะไป
giving
ออสเตร
rise
เลีย
to
ด้วยคนท
generations of swordsmiths. Some world
รู้สึกไม่
renowned,
ำเจนีวา
พอแม่งเจเนวาไอสัตว์แม่งมีอายุปีเดียวทุเล่เลย
and their legacy.
ปีเดียวปีต่อปี
Skills,
ป่วยโคตรเศร้าเลย
dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to
มี
find
ใบ
their
ขับขี่
purpose
ต้อง
between
เหลืออา
steel
ยุ
and
น้อยไม่
blade.
น้อยกว่า3 เดือน
That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
ของบอลใบขับขี่เพิ่งทำมาปะ
Were it not for you coming to Inazuma
Hmm?
and having to make Akame's
อะไรนะครับ
appearance, the two of you never would have joined forces.
อะไรนะพี่
ใบขับขี่
He would be the
ทำไม
first
ครับ
to admit that there's no
อายุ
way
เหลือ
he
เท่า
could
ไหร่
have revolutionized our forging
อุ้ยเพิ่งไปทำมา
process
ไม่นาน
on his
เพิ่ง
own.
ไปต่อมาไม่นาน
ข
เดี๋ย
อ
ว
ง
ดู
พี่
ก่อน
71ได้อยู่
You
อุ้ย
allowed
ของผม
Akame
น่าจะ
to take all the credit
ไกล
for
อ่ะ
the method that you jointly developed.
ที่ถ้าทำแล้วมันมีผลเลยก็ไม่อยากทำว่ะอยากจะให้มันมีผล
Now,
ไกลหน่อย
every piece
ของ
of
ผม
wood
73 อ่ะ
smelted using the new technique.
สมมติทำเดือนนี้ใช่ไหมมันก็จะหมดมีนา
You
คม
remain
ปี
one
หน้า
of
แย่แม่ง
Katarasuna's key consultants,
เผยจะได้ใช้
working
เรื่อง
right here alongside us,
อย่ามีใบขับขี่เยอะเกินกูหรือรถยนต์หรือมอเตอร์ไซค์
who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging
ว้า
methods.
แต่ว่าจะไปขอเดือนหน้าก็สุ่มเสี่ยงอยู่นะ
From
มัน
the
เยอะ
outset,
เลย
I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to
เราไม่ได้ขับไปนี่เราก็ขอแค่เราขอที่ช็อปเป๋าตังค์ไม่ใช่เหรอหรือมันต้องไปเอาที่เขตเลยเหรอ
ไม่มันส่งมาชนีย์มาแต่หมายถึงว่าถ้าขอตอนนี้ระยะเวลามันก็มาเลยไงอนุมัติอีกครั้ง7 วันเดี๋ยวต้องคิดเผื่อไว้ด้วย
Because I didn't want to speculate.
อ๋อโอเคเข้าใจได้
I didn't want to believe
ถ้าไป
that
ขอ
things
กลาง
would
เม
turn out
ษา
this
ปลาย
way.
เมษาจะได้หรือเปล่า
What
ยัง
have
ไม่
we
รู้เลย
gained from adopting your new technology?
ไม่แต่ถ้าไปเอาเลยก็ได้เลยปะ
Team production problems?
ถูกปะ
เข้าใจว่าไม่รู้เดี๋ยวพี่กำลังลองกรอก
Fatigue
เนี่ย
and
พี่กำลังลอง
casualties
กรอก
are
จริง
up
ๆแล้ว
and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know,
ผมลองกรอกแล้วว่า
someone
มัน
died
จะไป
because
สุด
of
ที่ตร
that
งไหน
strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading
เสียงส
outside.
แกนใบหน้า
Still,
คือดี
I suspect you understand it better than I do.
มืดเกิน
None
ไป
of the people who went out to get help have come back.
ห้องกูเปิดไฟขนาดนี้บอก
Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun.
โอเคสแกนเรียบร้อ
This
ย
is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher?
อัพโหลดรูปภาพปิดใบแยกขับรถระหว่างประเทศ รูปหน้า ตรงขึ้นนิ้วถ่ายไม่เกิน6 เดือนแต่งงานจากพ่อถึงน้ำตาได้
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to
ทำ
be
งาน
so
ขายของแพงก็ได้
sincere.
ครับ
I'm
Maybe
sure
you
you've been
can
harboring
pick
these
it up.
suspicions for quite some time.
หน้าตรงขึ้นตัวถ่ายไม่เกิน6 เดือนเซลฟี่มากเลย
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
ลองแอดแป๊บ
You!
ขนาดรูปเกิน 5 MB ว่าเดี๋ยวฟักย่อไฟล์แป๊บ
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your
มีเรื่อง
people
ไหนที่
look
ต้อง
into
คอน
my
เซิร์นอีกไหม
background
บอล
right from the
ช่วยนึ
start.
กหน่อย
It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
ถ้าที่ไต้หวันใช่ไหม
Confirmed that Escher
คอน
was
เซิร์นถูกปะ
alias.
หรือว่าเกี่ยวกับการสมัคร
Was not from Fontaine at all.
เอาไต้หวัน
And
เนี่ย
yet,
มันจริงๆ
despite
มีเวลา
all of
นานๆจะนัดนั่งคุย
you
ได้ก็
still
คุยมาทุก
fail
เรื่อ
to
งที่ต้อง
realize
คุ
my
ย
true identity.
ถ้าจะให้ขับรถตอนนี้ใบขับขี่ก็เรียบร้อยแล้ว เรื่องกระเป๋าแก้ไขแล้วด้วยการจะแบกไป3 ใบเนาะเดี๋ยวผมจะถือแหละฮะทีนี้มันก็จะเหลือเรื่องทีนี้เรื่องอาริซานก็คุยกันแล้วว่าจะเป็นไต้หวันพาร์ท 2ก็คือตัดได้เพราะว่าอาริซานมีที่เที่ยวมากกว่าที่คิดอาริซานน่าจะแบบ3 วัน 2 คืนได้อยู่แบบไปนอนป่าใช่ไหมอาริซานเป็นเขานี่ถูกไหม
ใช่เดี๋ยวเปิดแทนแล้วเดี๋ยวค่อยตัดออกเห็นไม่ได้คุยจบไปเนี่ยจะได้เปิดยาว
ก็สามารถตัดอาริซานออกได้แล้วแล้วก็ถ้าตัดอาริซานออกก็คือขยับมาได้2 วันหรือ1 วันเนาะ2 วัน1 วันได้มาวันนึงคำถามคือถ้าเราได้กลับมาคืนแล้วที่เกาะมีอะไรให้เที่ยวมากกว่าอะไรมากกว่าธรรมดาไหมแต่คิดว่าน่าจะมีแหละ
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor
โอ้มันให้กรอกที่อยู่
inconvenience
จัด
for
ส่ง
your
เลย
nation.
ขั้นตอนต่อไปจ่ายเงินชัวร์ดูแล้ว
That's it. That's why you
ก็ดูไม่ยากนะบอลดูง่ายนะ
cursed
เอาไง
technology.
ทำเลยหรือว่าเดี๋ยวค่อยทำ
Just to let loose.
ถ้าทำเลยเวลาก็เดินเลยถูกไหม
ก็นั่นสิ
เดี๋ยวก่อนก็ได้ครับประมาณเดือนหน้าก็ได้ครับกลางเดือนหน้า
Look how even the righteous soul is filled
เพราะว่ากว่าจะไปสิ้นเดือน 5เนาะถูกป่ะหรือต้นเดือน 5สิ้นเดือน
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance
ว่า
you
แต่ตอนที่
have
เรา
of
ไป
preventing a
แบบสมมติว่าเราไปล็อก
catastrophe
1 2
and
3
keeping
4
the
คง
truth
ไม่ได้
from the
ขับรถ
outside world.
5แหมเราจริงๆมันไม่ได้แก้ความขนาดนั้นหรอกเพราะ1คือเราก็ยังไม่ได้ไปจองไอ้ที่ขับมอเตอร์ไซค์จริงๆเลยถูกปะล่ะ
Possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to
ไม่
your
อันนี้พี่
fury.
คิดเผื่อไว้ด้วยมันถึงว่า
I
แบบ
want to see what happens when a
ไม่อะ
malevolent
ไม่
heart
อันนี้นอก
is
จากคลิปไต้ห
placed
วันมันถึ
into
ง
an
คลิปที่มันจะเกิดก่อนด้วย
unsuspecting
อ่ะ
puppet.
คลิปเดือนพฤษภาถ้า
Make no
ได้ไป
mistake.
เนปาลมีขี่มอเตอร์ไซค์ด้วยเหรอ
Pure innocent puppet would only end up
มันจะมี
being
เหรอ
used by someone else
โอ้
instead.
ถ้าเนปาลนี้ต้องเช่าฟอร์จูเนอร์เลยนะ
Human have for befriending one who is not of our kind.
ขอส่องในสัญญาเถอะ
ถ้า7 คนนี่ฟอร์จูเนอร์สถานเดียวเลยนะ
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
เนปาล
What a beautiful way to see the
อย่าบอกว่า
world.
เวียนนา
It almost makes me feel a little guilty.
เฮ้ยไม่มีด้วยว่ะสิบแปด
Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings.
อ๋อเขาไม่ได้เป็นอนุสัญญาแต่ว่าแบบคือสากลเป็นที่ยอมรับใช้ได้
I'd like to introduce a puppet
สรุป
to you. If he proves
เซมิวาปีเดียวแม่งคุมกับทุก
let's
อย่าง
make him
บอ
our
ล
newest comrade.
everywhere
ไม่คุมกับทุกอย่างคือคุมเกือบทุกประเทศแล้วกันถูกปะ
ใช่ใช่ใช่โอ้ยคุณจบแล้วโอ้ยยังไม่จบอีก
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore. Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why do we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
แต่ถ้าวันที่2เราเข้าไทเปเลยก็คือเราไปวันแรกได้เลยนะ
ไปวันแรก
ไอตัวคอมพิวเตอร์อะ
ใช่ใช่ไปวันแรกก็สนุกก็เจนจอยกว่าแล้วก็แบบจะได้ไม่ต้องนานมากเพราะวันแรกวันเปิดตัวก็น่าจะมีอะไรดีๆแหละ
ก็ขยับวันก็ดีนะก็อยู่ในแผนเลย
แต่ว่าคำถามคือถ้าเรามีวันให้ตรงฝั่งไปเกาะ3มาแล้วอะหวังว่าตรงไอ้เกาะน่าจะมีที่น่าจะสนุกนะ
โอ้มันต้องมากางแผนดูพร้อมกันไง
มันชื่อเกาะอะไรนะ
เกาะไบเกน
เกาะไบเกนใช่ไหม
BIGN
Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
ไบเกนไอแลนด์
เจอไหม
เจอไต้หวันทัวริซึมไทยแลนด์เกาะเล็กๆในไต้หวันที่ยังไม่แมสโอ้
รายการมันคือประมาณนี้ที่เคยส่งมาบอลจะต้องไม่รู้บอลย้อนแชทไปได้แค่ไหนอ่ะพี่รีพายให้แล้วกัน
ไปเฮียมีกวางด้วย
มีกวางอยากพาไปเกาะที่มีกวางอยู่เหมือนกันถ้าไปได้
มีกวางด้วย
ไม่แพ้นาราที่ญี่ปุ่นเลยนะ
โอ้น่าสนใจนะไอเกาะไบเกน
มันมีหลายหมู่เกาะตรงนั้นน่ะนึกออกใช่ไหมบอล
เฮียเหมือนใต้บ้านเราปะวะ
ไม่แน่ใจแต่ว่าไทเปอ่ะสุดท้ายอ่ะขอแค่เหลือแบบกลับมานะขอหลักๆกันนะไทเป101แล้วก็อะไรนะมันชื่ออะไรนะประมาณ3ที่อ่ะที่พี่ก็ต้องการที่เป็นของไทเปถ้าได้แวะก็โอเคอยู่ถ้าไม่ได้แวะยังไงก็สักวันที่กลับมาได้แวะแน่ๆเพราะว่ามันเป็น3ที่เด่นที่เขาแวะปกติมีไทเป101มี
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic
อันนี้สอนสถานเจียงไคเชกใช่
อยู่เกาะไบเกนบ้านนี้
ฮะ
มันไม่ได้อยู่เกาะไบเกนไม่ใช่ไหนเจียงไคเชกอะ
เปล่าหมายถึงว่าตอนที่อยู่ไทเปอะที่เราควรเก็บ ควรไปหน้าไปอ่ะมันอยู่แค่3ที่หรอที่พี่คิดว่าแบบมีอะไรมี101ไทเปมีเจียงไคเชกแล้วก็มี
A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing.
มันชื่อว่าอะไรวะหลง
It
ซาน
had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa
ขากลับ
had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned
วัดหลง
everything
ซาน
on
ใช่
the
วัดหลง
victim?
ซาน
That's
ประมาณนี้แหละ
terrible.
ไทเปไม่ค่อยมีอะไรหรอกพี่หมายถึงว่าไม่ค่อยแบบไม่ได้ซีเรียสลี่มากว่าแบบเท่าที่ได้อะที่มันเยอะอยู่เหมือนกัน แต่คิดว่าโอกาสในชีวิตที่จะลงกลับไปไทเปมันสูงไปแล้วไงเพราะมันคือในเมืองไงบอลเราควรไปเก็บข้างนอกเว้ย
ไทเปมันเมืองใครๆก็ไปกันอ่ะ
ใช่เราอยากไปเราแค่บินไปลงแล้วก็เดินเลยมันแต่ประเภทออกไปเกาะประเภทออกไปแบบอะไรนะจิวฝนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันนึกออกไหมมันไม่ได้แบบอินเคลจะกันบ่อยๆทะเลที่บอลพูดถึงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็น่าสนใจอยู่โอ้ยคุยนานเกินไม่น่าเล่นคุยได้เลยนานชัดตัดจบไม่ได้สนใจมาเดี๋ยวพี่แชร์จอแล้วกันแล้วเดี๋ยวบอลช่วยเช็คเต้นหน่อยแล้วกันนะได้ไหม
ได้
น้องบอลไปรับเรซินยังไปรับไอ้นี่ยังพิม
รับ
เจม
แล้ว
รับไปเลย300พิมเจม
ดุไปดูเด็กคอร์ดหายเฉยเลย
พอเปิดกาชาไม่เนี่ยวันนี้
เฮ้ยโห
ใจเย็นไม่พอเพิ่งเปิด
โอ้โหผมนี่มันจะหมดแล้วนะถ้าอาทิตย์นี้ก็อาทิตย์นะอาทิตย์หน้าที่สุดท้ายละ
มาแล้วมั้งไม่ต้องถึงอาทิตย์หน้าหรอกพี่ว่าของบอลน่ะเดี๋ยวก็มาแล้วมั้ง
ยังของผม40ของผม38เอง
ใช่ไหมของพี่เท่าไหร่วะเดี๋ยวพี่นับแป๊บนึงก่อนจะปิด
ของพี่น่าจะไวกว่าผม
เหรอดูเปลี่ยน
มันแบบมัน10หน้าแล้วอ่ะอันเนี้ย
โหกี่หน้าแล้ววะ
ถ้ามัน10กว่าหน้าแล้วอันเนี้ย
หน้าแล้วอ่ะ50
เร็วๆนี้
เนี่ย12หน้าแล้ว11หน้า55 56 57 58บอล
อีก2รอบอ่ะพี่อ่ะถ้าโชคดีก็กดรอบหน้ามาโชคดีก็2รอบ3เป็น2ของผมนี้ยังไม่ถึงหน้า10เลย